Hello, candidates. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michaela. I'm the content creator here at candidkayla.com. For those who don't know, we are a platform all about growing ourselves in ourselves and for ourselves while being a community of people centered around growing in the 8 basic disciplines of wellness. So today I'm going to be sharing a bit of my testimony, and I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible and give you guys 3 important parts as we all are walking towards and learning to walk in financial discipline. So, something that's been happening to me recently that I'm super excited to share, I am officially a business owner of 2 beautiful baby companies, and I'm so excited to unveil them and kind of roll everything out for you guys. The first business is this platform. I have now made it into a business. We are an LLC, and I'm super duper excited about that. I'm excited to just have this platform grow and to become everything that it's going to be, everything that God has called it to be. The second thing I'm super excited to share, and I'm actually going to hold on to it, but I'll tell you guys a little bit more about that later next week. But for now, my testimony is that I know nothing about entrepreneurship. And in knowing nothing about entrepreneurship, I took a course on how to build my business. It's called the Black Business Bootcamp, and it was hosted by the WOMB organization that is located out of Richmond, Virginia. That is the Woman-Owned Minority Businesses. And what they do is essentially they are a coalition of entrepreneurs that come together in a circle or meeting style fashion where you have an immediate accountability group that's a part of this larger corporation of individuals that are all entrepreneurs, all at a similar stage in their entrepreneurial journey, learning to grow their businesses together. And so through this process, I've been able to grow by leaps and bounds. But at the end of the boot camp was free. Let's start there. The first blessing was that I was able to get into this boot camp for free, and God, I don't know how he worked that out, but he did. And then he knew exactly who to put in the group for me. I don't know if that makes any sense, but the community has just been super awesome. My accountability partner has been super awesome, and the entire experience has been amazing. But then the time came for me to potentially join WOMB as an organization, and that is not free. That is $29 a month. And I preach to you guys about financial discipline all the time. I'm an advocate for financial discipline and understanding when you just can't. And because of COVID, I have gone from 7 streams of income down to 2. And those 2 are literally my base income. That's my day job because I am a research assistant in graduate school, and then my other source of income is my tenant, my renter. And so literally, guys, I'm down to the bare minimum when it comes to the income that I have rolling in. As a result, I've been staying with my parents, as you can see, and doing different things such as cutting costs where I can by shutting off temporary services and things like that to ensure that my money stretches as far as possible, because I don't know what my income is going to look like come the fall. When my life does pick back up, I don't know if my side hustles will ever come back. And some of my other sources of income, as I've shared in the past, are educationally related, and those are also variant as it relates to COVID-19. So with that, when the time came for me to join WOMB, I had to look at my finances and look at my budget and realize in order for me to maximize my income and minimize my expenses, I could not afford to become a member of this organization that I had grown so fond of. And so my testimony is that I prayed and I just made my petition known to the Lord. I made it aware to him that I would find value from this experience, but that whatever his will be, I'm with it. And if he would just please, do his will. I took my hands off of it and I said, Lord, do whatever it is that you have to do. And I'm pleased to say that I am now a member of the Legacy Circle as a part of this WOMB organization, thanks to the other members in my circle. So I'm going to just definitely say it the way that I feel that it needs to be said, and that is God was working through these people to teach me a lot. They've come together as a circle to help sponsor me, not even to help, they sponsored 100% of the funds for me to be a member of the organization for a year. And I'm speechless. I literally don't have words to communicate. I've tried to explain to them how thankful I was. I literally have no words because I have no idea how I would have paid for it, you guys. And the budget said no, so I had to say no. And these are the three things that I really want to stress as we talk about financial discipline and as we exercise financial discipline. The first is that financial discipline is not easy. It's not something that you're just going to always know what to do. You have to make the hard decisions sometimes. And even if that's, in my case, I'm starting a business with no capital, right? And no startup capital. I'm literally doing it because God told me to do it. I'm literally stepping out on faith and I can't see the next step ahead of me. And that is not easy. It's not for the faint of heart. You need to be in your word and know that you heard what you heard in order for this to really be something that would work in your favor, right? The second thing is, do not delay in your obedience. When God told me to start these businesses, I immediately went straight for it because these are things that have been passionate on my heart and that I've been passionate about for quite some time. And I really just needed him to give me the okay and tell me to do it. But in that obedience, everything along the way has been provided for. I can truly say that this business that I'm unveiling is a direct result of a side hustle that I had for quite some time, maybe about the last 3 years. And every time I got a little bit of cash that was unexpected, I immediately would funnel it into this business. So, for example, when I had my housewarming, after all the gifts were given, right, I was left with gift cards and things like that. I used those gift cards to funnel into this business. When I got money for Christmas, I used that money to funnel into this business. Whenever my mom is like, hey, do you need something? Do you want something? She's investing in this business. She's literally my number one angel investor, and I thank God for her because without her, there would be no business. We would not be launching. I could tell you that for sure because she's covered the cost of ingredients and packaging and all types of things. I'm making product in her house at this point because I'm not at my own home. And yeah, that obedience and that provision, I don't think I would have that if I did it my way and did what I wanted to do. The last thing is understand that you will get opposition. That's just period, right? Being obedient and having discipline in your finances, you're gonna have things that come up out of nowhere to test your discipline. So for me personally, that's been in the form of physical opposition and literally seeing things come up out of nowhere that I would have never expected. For example, Satan trying to deviate my attention from my businesses to competing businesses, or people around me who are starting businesses similar to mine, or Satan trying to attack my family and attack the people that are in my home, and just crazy outlandish things happening to the people that I love and the people that are around me. All of these things, for you it might be different things. In your financial discipline, it might be that you have an event coming up and you want to go buy a new dress rather than the dress you have in your closet, or maybe it's you want to buy a new car, or your car breaks down and you think that it would be a better reason for you to buy a new car than to just fix your existing car. Honestly, at the end of the day, it boils down to what God has called you to and what sacrifices you're willing to make. And so for me, those sacrifices have been, I'm staying with my parents, I'm literally eating whatever they eat and doing the best I can with my health as a result, and still driving my beat up car and still holding fast and staying true to the fact that I have goals this year and I want to succeed in them. But you can't do that without having some discipline and some control, self-control in those areas. So that's just a quick story of how God has been faithful to me thus far. And y'all, I can say with absolute certainty that I have no idea what else God is going to do, but I know He's going to do amazing things. But never get so hung up on the prize of what He's going to do that you forget what He's done. And understand that your financial discipline is your obedience to Him for what He's already done, right? He died on the cross for you. You have the option to live an abundant, everlasting life here on earth and beyond once we get to heaven as a direct result of his sacrifice. So for us to learn things like self-control that benefit us, for us to learn things like obedience which benefit us, for us to learn other forms of discipline that extend and bleed over into other areas of wellness that benefit us as a direct result of his already paid sacrifice, y'all, it don't get no better than that. It really just doesn't. So, yeah, that I don't want to ramble and I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time, but I did want to share that because, y'all, I get excited when God is doing things like that. And it might not seem like it because I'm not jumping up and down and everything, but like I'm genuinely excited and expectant because if he can trust us with the little, he can give us much. So when he does the little things for you, like in my case, every need is met, and that's no little feat, but in the eyes of life, you know, my bills being paid and businesses being started as a result of my obedience with a little bit and me taking every dime that I could before, I'm super expectant for what he can do once we've grown and the business is established and I get to actually share with you guys what we're doing. So yeah, thank you guys so much for your time. I just really wanted to get that out and I really hope it's encouraging to you guys. If you guys like this video, then please like, comment, and share. Also subscribe if you have not done so. And until next time, you guys, thanks so much again. Bye.